Hi everyone, I've got my Christmas on. So a wonderful Wednesday to all of you joining me on today's session. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere with me, I hope that you have had a wonderful day as you are relaxing and winding down for the evening. And for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope that you are having a wonderful start to your day. Hi Jody. So as you jump onto tonight's session, I would love to know where you are tuning in from. It's really cool to see how far and wide reaching these sessions really do go. So tonight is all about don't stop until you're proud. So what needs to change for you to be successful and to be able to manifest your dreams into reality? So for some of you, this is going to be ending the war with your snooze button, getting up a little bit earlier and meditating or exercising or doing some house chores. For some of you, it's going to be taking the time to meal prep and have your breakfast and your snacks and your lunch and your dinner sorted and ready to go. So it might be that you make a slow cooker meal and you portion your meals out. It might be that you get a big baking tray and you cook up all your vegetables and portion them out and just reheat them during the week. It might be that you cook a whole bunch of meat and portion it out with the vegetables and eat it throughout the week, and that you change up your grains. So one night you might do rice, another night you might do pasta, another night you might do sweet potato, another night you might do couscous, another night you might do quinoa, to make it interesting and exciting. And you might change up your spices or your marinades or your herbs that you use to flavor your vegetables or flavor your meat, or even putting some seafood in there. So success for you might be getting the kids up and ready and at school on time. It might be that the night before, your lunch and snacks are sorted for the next day. The kids' lunch and snacks are sorted for the next day. Your partner's lunch and snacks are sorted for the next day. So you already start tomorrow's routine the night before. So for some of you, it is going to be really having a look at your calendar and really having a look at your non-negotiables and then working with your free space. So your non-negotiables is work. So there are days of the week that you are expected to rock up to work and you're expected to be there at a certain time. And you're expected to work a certain amount of time to be entitled to have a morning tea break, work a certain amount of time to be entitled to have a lunch break, work a certain amount of time to be entitled to an afternoon tea break, and then you can go home. So that's your non-negotiable. Now, it's also the non-negotiable of how long it takes you to get to work. So you might have to drive to work, you might have to catch a train to work, you might have to catch a bus to work, you might have to walk to work. So I would, if I'm driving, I would use that time to listen to a podcast. If I'm walking, I would use that to listen to a podcast. If I'm on a train or a bus or a tram, I might use that time to read a book or listen to a podcast, but definitely use my transport time to improve on my personal development and to really absorb things into my life that are going to help me manifest what I truly want my life to look like. So you might sit down with your partner and you might work out your budget, that if you cut here and you cut there and you reorganize these and you reorganize these and you get a better rate on these and you get a better rate on those, you might find that you can afford to have a housekeeper. And all you have to worry about is the groceries, the meal prep, paying the bills, working. The housekeeper will dust and vacuum and mop and give you a clean bathroom and a clean toilet and a clean kitchen, and empty the indoor bins to the outdoor bins and put the outdoor bins out and bring the outdoor bins in, and make sure that there's plenty of toilet rolls, make sure all the laundry is washed and dried and put away, and you don't have to worry about any chores. If that is your priority, and having a housekeeper would be a step closer to having your dreams manifested into reality. For some of you, you want a gardener. For some of you, you want a nanny. For some of you, you want a cook. So you really need to sit down and work out your budget. You need to make sure that all of your bills and expenses are taken care of, that you're saving money for your big trips and adventures, that you are having some money to play with this week or this fortnight, and investing money into yourself, whether that is a personal development course, whether that is something to grow your business, whether that is more products within your company. Only you know where you need to reinvest that money. And if you are able to reorganize your budget, that you can have a housekeeper, or you can have a chef, or you can have a gardener, or you can have a nanny, is that going to reduce your stress levels? Is that going to improve your mood? Are you going to have a better relationship with your partner? Are you going to have a better relationship with your children? Are you going to get more important stuff actually done that you keep putting off because the never-ending list of chores? So when it comes to what changes you need to make for manifesting your dreams into reality, for some of you, it's going to be little things. But for some of you, it's going to be seriously dramatic things. So for some of you, you might need to do the whole Marie Kondo thing, and you need to declutter and downsize your house. You have too much stuff, and it's your stuff that is causing you stress. It's your stuff that's overwhelming you. It's your stuff that's holding you back. So whether you need to take really good photos of the items and sell them on Gumtree or Facebook or eBay, or have a garage sale or Craigslist, or go to a Trash and Treasure and have a market stall, you need to get rid of everything that doesn't serve you. And if you can't sell it, donate it. If you can't donate it, you've got to throw it in the bin. So I would encourage you that you start with one room and make your way through. Something that David T.S. Wood does is he has a storage unit completely separate to his property, and he rotates his things through via the seasons. So it might be worth hiring a storage unit for 2 or 3 months, putting everything in the storage unit except your big items like your lounge, your dining table and chairs, your bed, the things that are non-negotiables in the house. And then use that 3-month period to sort through the storage unit and bring home one box every day and unpack that box entirely. It gets sold, it gets donated, it gets thrown away. It has a home somewhere in the house. And it's really good to give yourself that 3-month time frame. That's the only amount of time you have. The storage unit must be empty by the final day of the 3rd month. So everything in that storage unit within that 3 months is in your home where it belongs, sold and in its new home, donated on its way to its new home, or in the rubbish to be incinerated and turned into something else. So you might find that decluttering your house and reorganizing your house and making sure that everything has a reason, meaning, purpose, intention for being in your home is in your home, and everything that is outside reason, meaning, purpose, intention is not in your house. Now, you might decide that the storage unit can work into your budget quite nicely, and having a storage unit is actually the answer to your problem. Because what you might discover is you might find homes for things, and you might have things that don't belong in the house all the time, but you use them at Christmas, or you use them for Easter, or you use them for a party. So you might find that having a storage unit, hi Shana, you might find having a storage unit is actually what's going to lead to your success and manifesting your dreams into reality. That everything in your house needs to be in your house all the time, and the storage unit, it houses things that you want to keep, or you're not ready to sell them, or you're not ready to donate them. And what I would say to you is anything in the storage unit, if it's in the storage unit because you're not sure, you need to put a tag on it. I'm not sure. And you need to go back to the unit, and anything that you weren't sure of that you did not touch within a 1 month period, in 31 days, you didn't think about those items. You didn't think, oh, I'm so happy I didn't get rid of those items. You were just like, oh, why was I holding on to them? That's when you sell them, or that's when you donate them. If you're still not sure, give it another month. Go back again. And after 2 months, there's going to be items that move. And if you're still not sure, you give it 1 more month. Anything that has been sitting in that storage unit for 3 months, your soul does not want it. Your soul does not need it. Get rid of it. So for some of you, having a storage unit to be able to sort through all of your possessions and belongings for a short-term period might be what you need to do, or having a storage unit for, 12 months to really decide what you want to hang on to and what you can let go of is something that you might need to implement into your life. For some of you, you need to start listening to the right podcasts. There are some podcasts out there that they're just fluff. The person just loves the sound of their own voice, and the podcast's existence is to be stupid and silly. But you need to find podcasts that actually teach you something, that it's enjoyable to listen to the person, that they interview really interesting people, that they discuss really interesting topics. So I love the podcasts that I rotate through. There's a couple of podcasts I've listened to every episode and there's no new content, so I've removed them from my library. There are other podcasts I'm up to date, so I'm waiting for the next episode to be released. And then there's other podcasts that I was late to jumping into the party, so I'm making my way through all the old episodes and then coming back to the most recent episodes. So podcasts are a bit of trial and error. You might have to listen to a couple of episodes to see if that person that you like the sound of their voice, you like their content. And if you don't, move on to the next podcast. The books that you should be reading should be books that enrich your life, that you can implement the strategies and suggestions into your life. And it can be fiction or it can be non-fiction. But I want you to think about what things in your life are holding you back. What things are always, for some reason, an unfulfilled New Year's resolution? What things do you know are keeping you stuck? What things do you know are holding you back? What things do you know are not serving you? Now, if you're sitting here watching thinking, Amy, I have no idea, that's why I'm stuck. I don't know what's holding me back. I would love for you to join my 6-week transformation program that's starting the 4th of June. It's only open to the first 10 people. So if you miss out on the first program, you're gonna have to wait until our second round. And in that 6-week program, I'm going to give you the tools that you need to really start manifesting the life that you want, to break through those barriers, to overcome those obstacles. So it's really important that you're able to identify the things that are serving you, the things that you are getting right, that you are having breakfast every day, you are drinking 2 to 3 liters of water every day, you have reduced your coffee intake, you have reduced your soft drink intake, you don't eat as much takeaway as you used to maybe a few months ago or last year. So I need you to acknowledge the things that are working for you, but I also need you to start thinking about what isn't helping you, what isn't serving you, what isn't allowing you to have a fantastic night's sleep and wake up before your alarm clock and have energy all day long. What is stopping you from being happy and chirpy and have a pep in your step every day? What is stopping you from having an incredible sex life with your partner? What is stopping you from being the happiest, healthiest, best version of yourself? What is stopping you from being joyful, content, and fulfilled? And for some of you, you really do know. And for some of you, you're gonna have to get your partner or your kids or your parents or your friends to point it out to you. I remember watching an episode of How I Met Your Mother, and Ted was dating this girl, and the group did not like this girl, and Ted couldn't understand why. And the group said, she talks a lot. And, you know, he thought about it, and it's like, you know, the glass shatters, and it's suddenly like, oh my God, she really talks a lot. And the whole episode was, you know, each member of the gang making, you know, that person aware of, you know, an annoying habit or something they do that just grinds the other person's gears, and it's like the glass shatters, and, you know, the glass shatters, and it's like, oh. So there might be things that you don't know that are getting in your way, that your partner or your friends or your family can easily identify that that habit is hurting you. That habit it's not serving you. That habit is holding you back. And for some of you, it's going to be really simple, easy things to find an alternative for. For some of you, there's some really serious habits that we're going to have to work on together for a while for you to have that breakthrough. But the first step in even working towards a breakthrough is actually knowing what needs to be worked on, what needs to change. So that is my homework for you tonight, is I want you to do a pro and cons list of your life. What habits, what routines really do help you and really do cultivate some sort of success in your life, and what habits are holding you back? They're stopping you. They're not helping you lose weight. They're, you know, causing you to have terrible sleep, waking up exhausted, being exhausted all day long. They're causing you to have a terrible sex life, if any sex life at all. They're causing you to be irritable and snappy and have a very short temper and be easily annoyed and easily frustrated and easily stressed. There are strategies that we can put in place so that you can be stressing less, in control and managing anxiety, reducing your nervousness, and start cultivating the kick-ass life where you are happy, you are healthy, you're confident, you listen to the Power Talk meditations and you believe every word I say. You acknowledge and receive every word I say in the Power Talk meditations. That you are joyful, you are content, you are fulfilled. It is very easy to cultivate this way of living. It's very easy to cultivate this mindset and this attitude. You do need tools to make your toolkit, and I'm here to help you create your toolkit. So I would love to know if anything has popped into your mind in tonight's session that you know that that's a really good habit. And I want you to let me know if you have thought of something that, yeah, that's a bad habit that I need to work on. So for some of you, it is definitely going to be decluttering your house. For some of you, it's definitely going to be giving stuff away. For some of you, it's definitely throwing stuff away. And for others, it's going to be actually creating a routine and actually creating a schedule that you can live by and that you can follow. And I know for some of you, you think routines and structure are boring and, can't be exciting. But if you've watched other sessions of mine, I've given you many, many tips and many, many suggestions on how routines and structure can be incredibly exciting and can be a lot of fun to live within a routine and to live within a structure. So I really do look forward to those of you that take up the challenge of doing the homework, the habits that serve you, and the habits that need to change. For those of you that want more information about the 6-week transformation program, please send me a DM. I would love to give you more information and see if it's the right program for you. And I really hope that you got value out of tonight's session. As you know, I never pre-plan the next day's session. So I really do look forward to what Universe wants to share with you in our next session together. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening or time out of your morning to spend it with me. I truly value and appreciate our time together. Have a wonderful evening for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere with myself. Have a wonderful day for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere. And I look forward to our next session. As always, be safe, be well, much love.